What up, people? It's your boy Marv, and this is the Nerds in the Hood. Folks, I definitely want to talk to you about something that has been on my mind for a little while. And of course, thank you for coming back and watching another video of mine. Basically, I want to talk about this. So, I've realized that I did a video before when the Olympics ended about how anime basically came through and showed out at the Olympics by different athletes doing different poses that different anime characters did from the animes that they liked. And there was nothing wrong with that. I thought all of that was wild, cool, and admirable and respectful because as an anime fan, I knew most of what they was doing and I was like, oh snap, that's dope. And it let me know that anime is here. It's in the mainstream. And it's something we need to be ready for in the mainstream, especially with a lot of these live action adaptations starting to make actual good quality stuff. So one thing I thought about was like, now that people are at sporting events doing the hand signals, doing the Survey Corp joint or the Naruto joint or whatever, and it's not just the Olympics. Like there's also MMA events where people do the hand signals, or like one guy, he'll take the Pokeball and roll it when he beats somebody to say he made him faint, basically. So it's there too. Basketball games, they're starting to do it. Baseball games, like people are starting to do it. They're starting to pull up with it. Just a couple of days ago, there was a Seattle Mariners game, and they were giving away Naruto headbands with the Seattle Mariners logo on it. And one of the baseball players, was it Julio Rodriguez? It was one of the baseball players. All right. They actually was like wearing it and doing the hand signal and all of that. The Boston Red Sox had a Monkey D. Luffy bobblehead night. A few months prior, the Los Angeles Rams were doing a game and they had a One Piece day. You know what I'm saying? The One Piece itself was in the Las Vegas Sphere, which is not really sports related, but it shows the mainstream value it's starting to increase from One Piece and other animes. So, what I wanted to do was I wanted to look at it like if we are at a point where we are showcasing these really good animes and we are showcasing athletes paying homage to these animes when they do their hand gestures or any type of like signal or characteristic. With that being said, what are like the most iconic ones that people are doing? What are the ones that people go, okay, I'm doing this one because this is one of the most iconic animes? So I wonder if there was a list for them. There is. And there's only one way that we do lists. And you know what that means. When we do a list, if you hear there's a list on Nerds in the Hood, you know we are going to dissect it. Oof. I'm messing up my words because I'm so hyped. You know we are going to dissect it with a little segment we call Facts or Fuck Out of Here. That's right, folks. If you're new to this, you know this much. What we do is we get a list, we find our list, we read through it, and we see if it deserves to be on the list. And if it does, we use the universal slang term in the hood, which is facts. And if it doesn't, we use the universal slang term in the hood, which is fuck out of here. As a New York legendary phrase. So we're going to go with that. And we're going to get started in just a moment because I found one. We're going to go back to my good friends at CBR.com. These guys be ranking a lot of different things. So we'll be here a lot more because they have a lot of lists. But that doesn't mean we're only going here. We've been to Collider. We've been to other websites. We're going to keep searching because there's millions. Everybody has a list. That doesn't mean it's right. So we're just going to see what they think and go from there. So with that being said, before we start, I must say, as always, please like, share, subscribe, comment to Nerds in the Hood. Let us know how you feel about what you see here. If there's anything you say like, hey man, I think that's a good list, what y'all doing over there, respect it. Cool. If you agree, disagree, facts, fuck out of here, whatever, put it down. Let us know. We'll check it out. All right, let's get it started. Now, let's talk about this. These are the 10 most iconic anime poses. So whether it's hand gestures or a dance or anything, these are the most iconic ones according to the people at CBR across the anime universe of fandom. Now, we got number 10. Number 10 is All right, so we got Khan the Fox Devil. Now, if you never seen the show Chainsaw Man, there's a character in there named Aki, right? Aki Hayakawa. Now, he made a contract with the Fox Devil, which allows him to summon the Fox Devil whenever he makes a certain hand gesture. That hand gesture, if I'm doing it right, is simply this. It looks kind of like a fox when you think about it, right? So he does this whenever he does a lot of different ones, but whenever he does this, the Fox Devil comes out and all hell breaks loose. So is it iconic though? I'm gonna say fuck out of here. The anime just came out. The manga's been around for a little while, and it's really picking up steam with this the new story that they're telling. But the anime's only been out for probably like a year or so. I don't think it's that popular to make this hand signal iconic. I could be wrong, but if it's just at conventions, that doesn't fully count. If I see somebody at a sporting event or a movie award show or something and they go like this, then maybe. But this could be used. This in wrestling, this is the NWO. This is too sweet. So I wouldn't say it's there just yet. It can get there, but I don't think it's there just yet. So I'm gonna say fuck out of here for that one. This one does not deserve to be on the list. This is not iconic yet, in my personal opinion. Number 9, we have Dio Brando's iconic pose. Now, the thing about that one is, which is kind of funny, is Dio Brando and mainly anybody in the JoJo universe, like, I'm gonna say facts. The reason why is that the JoJo universe is full of many iconic like poses, or like this, or like that, or like that, or this. It has many different ones. I'm trying to remember Dio's like all together, but every one of them is so different. So it's like to have so many of them, it's just like I gotta say it's iconic. It's iconic enough. Is it the most iconic? No. Is it iconic? Yes. I'm trying to look it up too to make sure that I'm picking the right one, because I don't want to. But I know it's usually like, ugh. I know it's usually something like that. Because of what I'm looking at on this list, they're just giving you a video, but they're not really. They're not really like. I don't have time to watch the video, obviously. So his is more like a like this, kind of like a that, and it's or is this one like this? There's like different ones, but anyway, I'm gonna say facts. The JoJo brand has a lot of different iconic poses, and all of them are pretty cool. And even though they're not fully out there yet, people are rocking with JoJo. During different points in time, and if you watch the news or something, people do something JoJo related. I remember after George Floyd's unfortunate death, and people were rioting and throwing, like, just destroying stores and stuff like that. Somebody was recording, like, where they were at and seeing the carnage and damage left all over the place. And when they were walking past, there was a kid on a piano, and he was doing one of JoJo's theme songs for no reason. So that's how real it is. So I'm gonna say facts for this one. Let's see. We have All Might's fist pump, which is the symbol of peace, which is basically just this. Nah, man. Does that really mean it's All Might? Because that's black. That's black power, man. Come on now. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying it because of the black power thing. I just don't think. I don't see that as an iconic one, because I've seen that, like, Undertaker does it. Different people did it before All Might came out. I'm gonna say fuck out of here. That's not iconic to me. It's not. It's not something you see people do because of All Might. And if they are, tell me in the comments. We could talk it out. We could hash it out. I'm gonna say fuck out of here. So this is going pretty quick. Number 7, Gojo's domain expansion, which is basically, it's hard to do, but it's basically one finger over the other curled up like this. More or less, this is facts. This was done in the Olympics by several different people. It was done before them by other people. Noah Lyles did it. Other athletes did it. This was one of the things I even mentioned in my video. This was facts. It's iconic already. The show is gaining a lot of steam. The manga's going to end at the end of the month. So the show needs to go out on such a high note that it can keep its iconic status alive. So this is facts. I'm just going to keep that there. Number 6, Attack on Titan Survey Corps salute. Facts. Again, another thing that was done at the Olympics, a lot of people are doing this. It's only right. Attack on Titan was a very iconic show, and hopefully if it does get an English Hollywood adaptation, hopefully it's good. They're actually bringing the musical to New York next month in October. So bummed I can't go to that. I got prior engagement. I'll be out of town. But this salute means a lot. It lets people know, like, if you do this salute to somebody, not just at a convention, just sometimes in the street, they'll know, like, oh, snap, you watch Attack on Titan, you know the vibes. You with the Survey Corps, I feel you. So, yes, sir, facts. Number 5, here we go. Top 5 most iconic anime poses. Naruto's Shadow Clone Jutsu, which is basically the, yes, also facts. 100%. 100%. There's not much you can do in the realm of Naruto that's easy enough to do at any given point in time. Whether it's trying to do a jutsu with your hands, or the Chidori, or a Rasengan, like, you look weird each time. But doing a simple cross with your fingers, it's so easy. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Again, this is another thing that if you do it to anybody, most of the time they will know what the hell it is you're doing. Facts, 100%. I'm sure people were doing this in the Olympics, but they were doing it at other sporting events before the Olympics. Facts, 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 facts. All right, number 4, we got the Ginyu Force. Oh, the Ginyu Force, basically their pose. Facts again. Now we're on a roll. Now we're getting somewhere. This is what I'm talking about. The Ginyu Force, I remember when I was in high school, this is how real this was. I think I was doing this one with like it was like a praying mantis karate kick drink. I remember that. You was either doing this one or you were doing this one, or you were standing. If you were flexible enough, pause, you could do the one where you basically like bend down and put your head between your legs. Is why I said pause, because for nerds, we thought this was cool, and then we really looked back later and was like, hey, yo, what was we doing? So this one was also iconic, and this was for a group, honestly, that their impact was felt, even though they didn't really amount to much. They were just Frieza's goons. And Goku and Vegeta made light work of most of them. So it was just like, okay. And Krillin and Gohan had help, but Goku and Vegeta basically are the reason they got cooked. And then years later, they got cooked in heaven. And then they got cooked again. Well, it was just Captain Ginyu because he was the only one still alive. But yeah, and it's crazy because when you think about Dragon Ball Z, there's a lot of other iconic things, which I hope is on this list. Like just putting your hands up simply for the Spirit Bomb, or the Kamehameha, or the Instant Transmission, or the Gallic Gun, Final Flash. Even this is the Instant Transmission, or this is the Special Beam Cannon. Masenko Ha, there's so many different ones. Fusion Dance, that those are by the main characters. Those are by the main characters. This is an iconic pose by the biggest side of side characters. Like, the biggest side of side characters. You see them in one arc, you never see these guys again. You see one guy down the line and he's a frog because he failed a body switch. And then they bring him back again in Dragon Ball Super for shits and giggles as a filler character. So this is saying something. Like, this is saying something. This is one of the biggest iconic poses. Again, this was also done in the Olympics because the Ginyu Force was just the funniest faction of people in any form of fiction, whether it be anime, science fiction, whatever. This was one of the coolest ones to geek out on. Just doing that, the dance, because it just was so random, but it was just so fun at a time where Dragon Ball Z was in a serious arc where Frieza, you didn't know how ruthless this guy could get, and he calls these 5 bumbling idiots to come to Namek, and the first thing they do when they pull up to Frieza is this freaking pose, and Frieza's just sitting there like, I just want y'all to kill Goku and these other guys and get the Dragon Balls. Like, what are we doing? Well, he didn't know who Goku was. I wanted you to kill Vegeta and them, but whatever. I had to stop and talk about that real quick. I had to just get that square off my heart. So definitely 100% facts. So now we have top three. Here we go. Sailor Moon's makeup pose. Now, no matter what gender you are, you knew this pose. If you knew Sailor Moon, you knew this pose. Moon, prism, magic, anything like that. And it wasn't just her, it was all her crew. Every other Sailor Scout had their own makeup pose, which was the like this joint, but she was, getting herself ready and putting the outfit on and the makeup was coming on at the same time, which was mad cool. So it didn't matter what gender you are. You couldn't get clowned for simply at least just doing this. Don't do the other stuff. But you couldn't get clowned as a man growing up for this because everybody watched Sailor Moon when they was growing up because anime was very just it was new. It was new to Americans, a lot of Americans, especially in the 90s. In the 80s, it was like you knew a couple things that came through, but in the 90s, you only had Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and a couple of other hits. And Sailor Moon was one of those hits too. Samurai Pizza Cats came later, but that was short lived. And then after Pokemon blew up, there was this big boom. Everything came. One Piece came. Yu-Gi-Oh came. Kirby came. Everybody was coming through with some type of anime. Sonic had an anime. Ninja Turtles had an anime. Cats was pulling up. So this was something that was fun. And I'm sure girls were doing it if they really rocked with Sailor Moon. You know what I'm saying? But this was it. This was it. This was fire. So I'm going to say facts to that too. Number two, here we go. See? The fusion dance from Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball series. Primarily done by Goten and Trunks, but Goku and Vegeta had a hand in doing it. And they've made it fun in other aspects of the video games and stuff like that. Piccolo did it to teach the dance, but he never really fused with anybody from what I remember. But this was cool too. I've seen this in many aspects of different forms of pop culture, including wrestling and other sports. So, and people be doing it wrong. Their fingers be all messed up and stuff. So you be like, man, that's about to be a bad fusion. They forgot the golden rules. If you do the fusion dance wrong, the fusion is going to look trash for 30 minutes. So, this again is facts because it was fun to be the fusion. It was fun to do that. It was fun. Dragon Ball Z was pop culture, especially for a lot of us nerds because we love to do the Ginyu Force pose. We love to do the different attacks. We love to do the fusion dance. We didn't know what fuse we was going to get. Honestly, we didn't even care. We just loved to do the dance because it was such a good show at the time. And even now with Dragon Ball Super, you still kind of are hyped to do it, but you never forget. I'm gonna be 90 years old. It's just making my bones and joints work if I got to. I'll put WD-40 right on my knees, man. Word up. Pause. Anyway, the number one most iconic anime pose in anime's history is. Oh, interesting. All right. I like this. And I'm going to say facts off the rip because it's the Akira slide. Now, this is not a dance. For those of you who don't know what this is, it's not a dance like the cha-cha slide or anything like that. What this is in the movie Akira, there is a scene where, who was it that was on the joint? Damn. I'm trying to remember who it was. But anyway, one of the characters is on his bike. He does the slide. It's the main character. Yeah, the main homie. He does the slide on his bike, and the way he swerves it was crazy. And the way the camera made it look and the animation made it look was super crazy, right? And it's one of the best. It really is one of the best bike slides, and it's done in almost a lot of different movies. In the movie Nope, Jordan Peele made sure to get the slide in there. He had Keke Palmer do the slide on her bike that she was using to escape the aliens. In the new Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie, Shadow does it on his bike. Those are two I can remember off the rip. But other people have done the slide, and it's really, really good. Now I'm trying to remember to just make sure because I don't want to like mess it up. But yeah, it shows other people tried to do the bike slide in other movies. Some messed it up, some didn't. but it's been done in so many different forms of movies and television shows, and you gotta love it. You really gotta love it. And I love that it was done. When I saw Nope and I saw that he did it, I was like, wow, that was fire. And mind you, Nope is a live action film. Sonic is live action too, but the character that's doing it is CGI. So to get a real person to time it just right and make it work was, oh my gosh, that was fire. That was I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm just remember that. Canada. There we go. I had to look it up because I'm like, I knew the guy's name. Canada. When he did the slide, it was fire. And that one doesn't get enough credit because not a lot of people can do motorcycle bike slides all the time. So when it is done in movies, it's one of the greatest Easter eggs and references and love letters to anime and the anime that they love, which is Akira. So facts to that too. This is a good list. I was cool with it. I mean, there was a couple in the bottom I didn't agree with, but whatever. That was cool. Shout out to the people at CBR, whoever wrote that list. I'm going to put that in the description along with the link to our social media so you can follow us and check us out with more cool stuff. But yeah, I'm cool with this list. This list was a facts for me for the most part. I wish I had a motorcycle so I could do the Akira bike slide, even with a regular bike maybe. But yeah, a motorcycle would be a better vibe. But to do that slide was just, whenever you see it, you're going to be like, oh, Akira bike slide. I remember I saw the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer. First thing I said was, oh, Akira, because I knew where it was coming from. So, shout out to all the people that made these poses iconic because the pose was cool, but for you to do it, whether you were doing it as a regular person or a celebrity, influencer, anything of that nature, that is a dope Easter egg for people to watch you and go, snap, they did the Akira bike slide. Oh, snap, they're doing the Ginyu Force pose. Oh, snap, they're doing the fusion dance, Sailor Moon thing. Other ones I would have accepted would be the Luffy's Gear second, when he puts the hand down and basically gets in like a sumo position, basically. I would have accepted that. Ash Ketchum's iconic hat back flip like that. Who else was pretty good? What else was kind of like a one? Naruto's run, where he has his hands in the back like that. That one's pretty like iconic. There's some other ones too. I feel like there's some other ones. At this point, I think a future iconic one is homie from Jujutsu Kaisen with the clap. That one's gonna get iconic at some point. We nasty enough that Kakashi back joint, the freaking 1,000 Years of Pain. I don't want it to get iconic, but that might get iconic. And somebody's gonna be crazy enough to try to do three sword style like Zoro, but you can easily just put your leg up like Sanji. So there's different things that you can do, but those are some of the best ones to me. So anyway, those are the 10 most iconic anime poses according to CBR.com. And we will be back with another list and another edition of Facts or Fuck Out of Here, courtesy of your boy Marv and the good company of Nerds in the Hood. We will see you next time, folks. Peace.